Well, greetings, my friends, and it's my privilege to welcome you to another fine episode of Your Awesome Future. I'm Michael W. Stevenson, and I'm the presenter of today's program. And today we're going to begin a series of studies on the Word of Wisdom, which is perhaps one of the most marvelous, one of the most important revelations that we've been granted in our day. One which has been a blessing to us health-wise, and also not just in health, but even has helped us to heal our minds and to come to understand that through it we are able to find real health, both in mind and body. With the Word of Wisdom comes promises and blessings. The Word of Wisdom is a health code that deals with the nutrition, mostly of the human, and yet further helps us to understand the dangers of alcohol and tobacco, which can lead us to bad effects if consumed. This revelation was given in 1833 to the prophet Joseph Smith Jr., who was the leader of the Church of Jesus Christ upon the earth at the time, and the revelation that declares that the care of the body is a sacred duty. Further, if practiced, it's going to give us great benefits with which we need. And there's been many ever since it was given that have been living the Word of Wisdom and living its principles, and who have enjoyed greater health benefits as a result. In today's modern era, we need those things which will give us greater health benefits, and thus the timing of the Word of Wisdom was further important, because today we find that there are many who enjoy their smoking, they enjoy their drinking, they enjoy eating unhealthy lifestyles, perhaps running out to McDonald's for a quick meal or whatever. And we need to be able, if we want to enjoy long health, we need to be able to live a health code that is given to us to help us. And it should also be noted that if followed, the Word of Wisdom will aid us in healthy weight goals. It'll aid us in getting rid of our smoking, our drinking, and many other diseases. There are three goals, though, that over our next several programs, as we study the Word of Wisdom, we want you to keep in mind. First, we want to make clear the meaning of the Word of Wisdom in terms of knowledge. The second is to show that the learning of the last century does indeed confirm that the teachings of this revelation are indeed real and correct. We need to bear in mind here that this revelation was given ahead of its time, and that the learning and knowledge over the last century has helped us to shape the fact that the Word of Wisdom is more true than ever before thought. And third, it is going to help to furnish some important information for the guidance of proper nutrition. Nutrition that will help us to have longer lives and will help us to give us a better health in the long run. And of course, who of us doesn't desire to have better health? And the Word of Wisdom is given from God in conjunction with other health codes to help us to be able to live a longer and more healthier life. And it will help us to have a more enjoyable life as we do live its guidelines. Now, scientific and medical research has further allowed us to see the clear benefits of the Word of Wisdom in a whole new light, seeing that it really does offer to us a greater health benefit. There are three main things that you need to see from the Word of Wisdom. One, that drinking alcoholic beverages and using tobacco internally will lead to premature death. Second of all, that drinking hot drinks is going to lead to the burning of our insides, eroding away the esophagus, and other things which will further damage us internally and increase many risks. And then third, the proper diet is important to a longer and more abundant living if we want to live long lives. One can further note that through the dietary guidelines of the Word of Wisdom, for example, diabetes can be avoided, strokes can be avoided, heart disease can be avoided, cancer can probably be avoided more than likely, and many other things can be avoided. All of these which are very much real concerns. And so today's program, I want you to understand that if lived, the Word of Wisdom will perhaps further cure many of those diseases which we now find. Therefore, this series of programs over the next several weeks is designed to help you come to understand the Word of Wisdom in a greater and more knowledgeable light, to help you to understand the Word of Wisdom. And of course, the church that has produced this program, the Latter-day Church of Jesus Christ, wants you to know and wants you to be concerned for your health. You need to know that you need to avoid those things which will have an adverse effect on your health. Therefore, please pay attention over the next several weeks to your awesome future as we discuss the Word of Wisdom. In closing, I want to offer you an opportunity to buy the Book of Jeraneck. It is a fabulous book I recommend for your home. Every home should have one. Now, it has a small price, so it's not free, but you need to have it. And I guarantee that this book will be a benefit. It gives you knowledge of who the ancient people are or were in England. And let me tell you, it is awesome. They are called the people of light. They're the ones who built the Stonehenge and other Stonehenges throughout England anciently. You need this book. So go to www.ldchurchofjesuschrist.org, go to our online bookstore, and order your copy of the Book of Jeraneck. And when you order your copy, you'll get a copy that has some of the pictures in the Book of Jeraneck. It's fabulous. So you need a copy of the Book of Jeraneck. Until next week, my friends, this is Michael W. Stevenson saying thank you for tuning in to your awesome future. See you back here next week.